I'm George the Yank,
And I'm Sam.
and this is How to Play Stranger Things. So I got Sam for his birthday Stranger Things board game based off Netflix series Stranger Things. Today we're going to go through a walkthrough of setup and how to play the game. Now, there are 2 seasons with this game. We are only going to cover Season 1 because that's all we have done, because I'm not through Season 2 of the board game yet, so spoilers.
You mean the TV show?
Or yeah, the TV show. I'm not done with Season 1 yet. So this game does not take up a lot of space. It's a full-size dining room table for 4 people, and this is a fairly small board. Some of the accessories we are going to be bringing to this is a token holder. I highly recommend one of these for the game just because of all the tokens, and then some deck holders. So the first thing we're going to start with is this is the Season 1 side. You can tell it's the Season 1 side because the Season 2 side has tunnels, nest, and whatnot for the game instead of the mirror locations. Also, we're rescuing Will, which that's a big thing in Season 1. The other main important thing with Season 1 versus Season 2 is there are, is it 5 of these, Sam?
Yeah, 5.
5 Demogorgon tokens. These are not used in Season 2, these are only used in Season 1. They look like that. And that involves with the setup for rescuing good old Will. So we're going to go through, set up the board, and explain the setup when we're done. Okay, so that is setup of the board. As you can see here, we've got the upside down, the right side up, so to speak. Each one of the stacks is represented by numbers for the allies. It is noted here on the ally card. If you can see, Jonathan has a 3, so there's a stack of 3. These 11 powers has a stack of 2, so they are stacks of 2, etc., etc. These 3 stacks that say Rescue Will, they contain the Demogorgon tokens. The Demogorgon tokens have no value except for what the value is listed here in the Demogorgon track. So the Demogorgon tokens represent a value 4 right now. If another stack is added, it goes up. If a stack is taken away, it goes down. So that's something you got to pay attention to. When a stack is completed, you put the tokens back in the tray here. So that means the Demogorgon token can come back into play. So they are not done and over with. I'm going to play as Lucas Sinclair. His starting location is in the school, or not the school, the laboratory.
I'm playing as Dustin Henderson, and he starts at the Hawkins School.
The 11 tracker goes up here to track the rounds, and the Demogorgon starts at the school. The action track here, or act track as it's called, is 1, 2, and 3. Depending on what it is on, is what scene, the number of scene cards you draw. So if 11 moves to number 2, you draw 2 scene cards at the every turn. When you advance acts is when you have to reshuffle the action card deck. If you go past 3 acts, you lose the game. If one of your characters hits terrified, you lose the game. And I think there's a third way to lose, wasn't there, Sam?
I think those are the only two ways.
Let's see. When you're losing. So to win Season 1, you have to rescue Will, meaning you have to eliminate all 3 of the tokens. I believe those are the only 2. There might be a third way to lose the game. I can't remember off the top of my head. We have played this a couple times, but let's see. Winning and losing. If one or more characters become terrified, if the action deck would be shuffled while 11 is already on the third act track. So there's only 2 ways to lose the game. So we're going to cover an item. An item card just grants an ability. So in the case of the wrist rocket, +1 to fight. Different items have different abilities. The allies, let's just look at Jonathan the Byers. Jonathan counts as having a character at your location. Different allies have different abilities, which can be very useful to the game. Then you have actions. There are different types of action cards. So here's a normal action. It has a value of 2 that allows you to do 2 additional. So if you're moving and play this, instead of moving 1 location, you can move 2 locations. If you're in the scrapyard to calm down, remove terror, you can play that, and instead of removing 1, you can remove a total of 3. And when you're challenging a token, or stack of tokens, you play a number of action cards, total up the amount, and compare that to the stack of tokens. You defeat all the ones that you are equal to or less than. The tokens are less than. So, now if you have this icon, when you're at the police station and you're getting info, for every action that you have with this symbol and the number allows you to look at that many tokens that are upside down. And then this, if you there we go, get it in the... This icon right here reveals how many extra scene cards you draw at the end of your turn. Again, so you start with 5 action cards.
Yes.
And you play the action cards to move, do abilities, defeat stacks of tokens, etc. This is the most important deck because it's how you perform actions. Also, if you run through that deck too many times, you lose the game. And that is it. So, there's 4 actions you can perform. There's move. Well, it's not actions. Every turn has 4 steps. Excuse me. There's move, perform action, refill hand, reveal scene. So, you move, you can play action cards for the movement. Perform action, that is either... gain an ally, contest a stack, etc., using action cards as well. Refilling the hand, drawing action cards to get back to a number of 5, and then reveal scenes, and performing what the scene card says. So, we're going to start by dealing out 5 cards. Now, this is a cooperative game, so you're not supposed to specifically say what you have in your hand. We are going to play face up for the sake of transparency and ease of explaining what's happening in the video. So the game states the player that last rode a bicycle goes first. So Sam, I believe that's still you.
Yep. You know that was this summer.
So perform your first step in your turn.
I'm going to move over here, and I'm going to get 2 items.
Okay, so Sam, that's get item +2. So that's how many cards you draw.
Oh.
So if you play that action card, you look at that many items.
Okay.
So how many actions are you gonna, how many?
2.
Okay, he's gonna play 2. So you draw a total of 4 item cards. Now, normally I wouldn't be looking at these in the normal game, but like I said, since we are doing a walkthrough, we are going to be transparent about this. Go ahead and hold the cards so the camera can see them, Sam. Okay, so we got a baseball bat, skateboard. Don't worry, I do that all the time too.
Blindfold, help 11.
And it looks like a flashlight. What does each one do?
Blindfold gives you 2 token points to help 11. The flashlight gives 1 token point to rescue Will. The skateboard gives 3 token points to investigate the lab. And we'll get on what happens after you investigate the lab later. And the baseball bat gives you 2 tokens to fight.
Okay, so it was best plus 2 to fight. So that number goes on to the total of your actions. So the fight would be against the Demigorgon or the Hawkins Vance. The help 11 would be on these 3 stacks and these 3 stacks when trying to use one of the abilities. Now, with the 11 abilities, once you use it, it's gone. You can't use it for the rest of the game. And then for helping Will, that gives you an additional to fighting the stack to rescue Will.
Yeah. What I consider as a big gain, including using the powers, is the fact that there are more tokens to the game.
What do you mean?
Like, after you use those, there are more tokens in the pile.
Well, yeah, so, yeah, that was explained earlier. So when we do complete a stack of tokens, that stack goes back into the pool to be reused. So, no, you don't get to keep all 4. You get to pick one and keep it and discard the rest.
I'm just going to choose the skateboard, and I'm going to discard the rest.
Okay.
Okay. Now that that's done, my third action
is replenish your hand. So how many action cards did you use?
2.
Okay, and did either one of these have? They did not. So draw your scene card.
Okay. They're everywhere. Move the closest patrol 2 locations towards you, then discard the top 3 cards of the action deck if any patrol is in your location. If there are less than 3 cards, discard the rest of the deck instead.
All right, so this one is going to move to Sam's location. And we're going to discard the top 3. So again, this is where the importance of the action deck. If you go through it too quickly and have to shuffle it too many times, it does make things a lot harder for the game.
Now I gain a fear because the van is in my location. And I think I discard.
I don't think it works that way. We will. Tested actions. As remove vines. Let's see. Mm-hmm. No, you don't gain a fear for any in your location. It's if you lose a contested action against it. Also, we neglected to mention that each character has special abilities. Sam, you want to read off Dustin's abilities?
I can move through locations with foes.
Okay.
That's my only.
And?
Special. And my movement is 2, which is the biggest movement in the game.
Well, biggest base movement. Everyone has a movement. Let's see.
Every other their character has a base movement of 1.
So, Lucas, he has a movement of 1. He starts with 1 random item. Other characters in your location may use your items instead of theirs. I'm going to randomly take that one. And I'm going to start with, that is an ally, not an item. Yeah, you discarded into the wrong tray there, dude.
Oh, my bad.
Alrighty. Now that I'm drawing from the correct deck, take this one out of the middle here. I'm going to start with a hazmat suit, which is +4 to investigate the lab.
So we both got a big increase in like investigating the lab.
Yes. So let's see. Now, investigating the lab and removing tokens stacks from the lab is a huge advantage. It removes the
scene card thing when you play a card that has this icon on it. You can just use the card without having to deal with it.
Yeah, it reduces the number. So if you play 2 of those, and then your additional scene card at the end, if you have cleared 1 stack, you ignore 1 of those. So since I'm already here, I'm going to go ahead and investigate the lab. I'm going to go ahead and do this stack. I'm going to use my hazmat suit. And we're going to go ahead and use an action of 2, which gives me a total of 6. The total for that stack is 5, so I beat it. The stack is discarded into the token tray. I discard my action, discard my item, and I replenish my action card, and I draw my scene. Search party. Choose 1 patrol to move 2 locations towards you, then each character discards 1 action card for each patrol in their location. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to move that. And I'll go ahead and discard my action card with the scene on it. Sam, that is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to fight the patrol. So
when fighting the patrol, you use this stack right here. So it starts off with a 4 and it has a current showing value of 1.
Okay. I'm going to use 6 for the amount.
Okay, so there's 1, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 2 left.
And I gain a fear.
You gain a fear.
Discard my cards. And now I replenish my action deck, but it's going to be 4 now.
And we need to make sure we track this too, Sam. Okay. So 3 normal action cards and 1 with fear, but I did clear that stack, so that negates it. So Sam still only has to draw 1 scene card to end his turn.
Federal patrols. Move each patrol 1 location towards you. Then each character discards 1 action card for each patrol in their location.
There's 2 in your location, so you have to discard 2. You should have 1 more action card.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
Because you used 4, you need to replenish 4. It helps if you...
Oh.
There we go. Alrighty, so my turn. Point of the game is to rescue Will, so I'm going to move. I'm going to discard this action card of 1 to give myself a movement of 2, 1, 2.
Actually, wait. Never mind.
Then I'm going to go ahead and discard the remaining 3 I have for a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wait, you can actually move here and not gain any fear.
I went here, and not...
You can do
Sam, I went from here to here to here.
And there's a rescue wheel right there too.
And I'm doing this stack right here.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing. So Demogorgon tokens. So that's 4, 7. That is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. To my 5. I'm going to do a Demogorgon token and a 1. Since I failed that, I gain a fear. I did no scene cards, but we still have that cleared on the laboratory. So I replenish 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 action cards. And then draw my scene card. Toxic. Each character in the Upside Down must remove one of their items for the game or gain 2 fear. Now I don't have any items, so guess who gains 2 fear? And that is my turn. Sam.
I'm going to move through. Actually, first I'm going to discard one of my action cards. I'm going to move 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And I can't really do anything because I only have 5. But
You can still challenge the stack.
I'm still going to challenge the stack though.
All right, so you have a total of, what is that, 5?
Yeah, 5.
Okay, leave those to the side so we can see them. All right, challenge the stack.
Okay. 5, 8, 9, 12.
Okay, you did a total of 5.
Yep.
So 4 and 5.
Going to gain a fear. Now to replenish my deck.
Okay, so you have a scene card on that, but we still do not have that, so you get to ignore that and just draw a scene card.
Fear the walls. Each character in a location without another character gains 2 fear. Your turn now.
So my turn. I have 3 remaining left on my fear track, so I'm going to move out 1, which takes me to Castle Buyer. Great thing there is I can gain an item or calm down. So I am currently down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to go ahead and do total of 4. Actually, no. Do that one. So I'm going to gain a total of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then draw my scene card for the turn. They're everywhere. Move the closest patrol 2 locations for you, then discard the top 3 action cards if any patrol is in your location. If there are less than 3, discard the rest of the deck instead. And then 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, and I have to... Actually, I'll take those 3 because I have to replenish. And then we'll discard the next 3. Okay. Sam, your turn.
Okay. We're going to challenge the deck again, and it has 7, so... No, I'm not going to challenge the deck.
No, you can.
I'll just draw 2 scene cards then.
2, 4, 6, 7. Now, since we do know that there is a 3 in the Demogorgon, that is 7.
Okay. I'm going to have to draw 2 scene cards for my turn because One of them was ignored, but there are 2.
Go ahead and replenish your actions first.
Search party. Choose one patrol to move 2 locations towards you, then each character discards 1 action for each patrol in their location. So, Toxic. Each character in the Upside Down must remove 1 of their items when the game or gain 2 fear. Since I have very little fear left, I'm going to discard 1 of my items. And that is it for my turn.
Okay. Now I believe I have to fight the Hawkins van. Nope, I can just leave the location. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the location. I'm going to go back to Castle Byers in the Upside Down. And again, there's a Demogorgon token and a 3. So I need to do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to challenge the stack. I defeat the stack.
Now we only have 1 stack left to rescue Will with.
That goes away. I replenish my action cards. And draw my scene card for the turn. Demogorgon feeds. Create a stack of 2 in an empty Demogorgon slot. If all 8 slots are filled, each character gains 1 fear instead. Again, this goes back to earlier of making sure you keep this in. Now the Demogorgons are worth 5 instead of 4. Sam, it is now your
and
turn.
there is 1 Demogorgon token in that slot because we've defeated 4 of the tokens.
That's correct. There is some counting to keep track of in this game.
I'm going to discard 2 of my cards.
Let's set them here to the side so that they're not completely discarded. Okay, so you're going to do a total of 3 movement. Now again, he does have the ability to move through.
Now I'm going to calm down. 3, actually 4. For now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is my turn.
Okay.
Now to draw my scene.
Replenish your actions first.
Right. Replenish actions. And if you're wondering, no, this does not counteract that. It is still going to be 2.
Yeah, you always, whatever track 11 is on is how many scenes you draw regardless.
Scene. Connie Fraser. Reveal and remove the top card of the ally deck from the game. If there are no allies left in the deck, gain 2 fear instead. That would have been very useful.
So we lose Officer Powell for the rest of the game.
Yep. As you can see. Your turn, Dad.
My turn. So I have quite the conundrum. I have to fight a patrol. So we're going to go ahead and just move 1. Now, the patrol only has 1 token left, and it is a 2, so I can just discard this 2 that has that scene on it.
And now you can move the patrol car to whatever location you want to be at.
I believe that is it. Let's double check the rules. Perform actions. No. Season 1. No. Recruit an ally. Investigate the lab. Help 11. Okay, here we go. Fighting. Season 1 patrols. Discard the stack and move the patrol to any location on the board and immediately refill the patrol with 4 face down tokens from the pool. The patrols can never be eliminated. Okay, so let's. Oh.
And the only way you can actually remove one of the cards, but you have to use this power, Psionic Blast. Removes 1 patrol from the game.
So we're going to go ahead and put it on the buyer's house in the upside down because we've cleared the Rescue Will stack from there and we don't really care about it too much.
Okay.
So I do need to replenish my action.
Okay, so we have to reshuffle.
No, not just yet.
Right.
And then draw my scene. Demogorgon feeds. Create a stack of 2 in the Demogorgon slot. If all 8 slots are filled, each character gains 1 fear instead. So, now we need to fight the Demogorgon. Now, 11 will advance on the track, and we will reshuffle the action cards. Sam, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to discard my 1 card. I'm going to move 1, 2, 3. I'm now going to challenge one of the token things. I'm going to use.
Well, so you do that by wait.
You have to be in the location with the Demogorgon.
Right. So you're actually challenging the Demogorgon.
Yes, I'm challenging the Demogorgon.
Okay.
Because I have a death wish.
Hang on. A sec.
Don't try this in real life.
Alrighty. So challenge the Demogorgon, Sam.
Okay. Going to use these. A 2 and a 3, so that would be 5. Let's see. I do not beat the stack, and I gain a fear instead. Okay. So I'm going to discard these 2 cards. One with this. Then replenish my action deck. And now for the 2 scene cards. They're federal patrols. Move each patrol 1 location towards you. Then each character discards 1 action card for each patrol in their location. Well, it's not looking too good for me right now.
What happened, Sam?
I got federal patrols, and if you...
Oh, that's wonderful, Sam. Good job.
Yep. And then Papa. Discard all tokens from any unused 11 power without activating it. If all cards were already used, each character gains 1 fear instead. We're going to use Psionic Shield because it is good.
No, Sam, put that back.
Really?
Because it says, look at all the tokens from 1 Rescue Will stack. We already kind of know what's in here. There's 1 Demogorgon token and whatever else. We've got the other 2 cleared.
Oh.
This is almost a useless ability for us now.
Okay.
So we'll get rid of that one instead.
And that's it for my turn. You see what I mean by don't do this at home?
We also have to replace the patrol stack.
Yeah. And what would be really unlucky if I had all 4 Demogorgon.
Well, it does not because the one showing as a 2.
Yeah. And I usually have the kind of luck where it is all 4 of them. But not today.
What to do? Investigate the lab or get an item, recruit an ally or get an item, calm down or get an item, gather info or get an item. Alrighty, well, I'm going to move. Going to use a 2 action to go 1, 2, and then I'm going to help 11. And we're going to do the Psionic Blast stack because, well, let's get rid of a patrol from the game. I'm going to go ahead and do 6, 7, 8 to challenge the stack. That should be good. There's 3, 5, 8, right? No. Yeah, 8. So I matched it. So I defeat the stack. Well done, me, for picking 8. And we're going to get rid of one of these Hawkins vans.
Replenish action deck.
I do replenish my action stack. Sorry for my reach there, Sam.
It's fine.
And now I draw 2 scene cards. The first scene card is End of the Day. Reshuffle the scene decks and move the Demogorgon to any location in the Upside Down. Don't draw any more scenes this turn. So that scene goes back, but I reshuffle. That was a great scene card to get. Move the Demogorgon to anywhere in the Upside Down. Sam, let's go ahead and locate it to Castle Byers.
Stand up. And if you haven't noticed already about the map, this is the only area where it would take 2 movements to get to here.
That's why I picked it, Sam. That's my turn. Your turn.
I'm going to...
You had to discard 2 action cards, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm actually going to discard one of these and move to the laboratory. And that is my turn.
Okay, so replenish your action card. Well, are you performing an action there, I guess?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
going to use these 2.
Okay, this is why I say we need to track this. So you have a scene. You're doing 3 additional scenes.
And if I'm lucky, I could bring this down to 2.
5, so you don't.
So I'm going to have to draw 4 scene cards. Well, bring on the pain train.
No, you gotta do them in order.
Okay. Through the walls, each character...
Replenish your actions first.
Okay.
Now do your scenes.
Through the walls, each character in a location without another character gains 2 fear. Through the walls again. Each character in a location without another gains 2 fear. They're everywhere. Move the closest patrol 2 locations towards you, then discard the top 3 cards of the action deck if any patrol is in your location. That was for me, so lose.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that is you, huh?
So does it go through the upside down or the right side up?
I believe it would be the shortest path.
Okay, so upside down. Okay.
And I did the action cards for you.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I didn't draw. I made sure not.
Create a stack of 2 at the laboratory.
Yeah. I'm still going to have to... I'm not drawing another action card. Scene card, luckily.
Okay.
So, your turn, Dad.
Okay. So again, I can't move through a contested location. And the Demogorgon is in the castle. And the lab vehicle is there, so I can't go to Castle Byers to calm down. So it means I do have to move through the Upside Down, which I am going to gain a fear. And quite frankly, we need to calm down. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
I have to discard 3 of them.
Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll discard these 4, or these 3 actions. That should be there. To go 1, 2, 3, 4. I gain a fear moving through the Upside Down. And I'm going to go ahead and discard this to regain 2. 1, 2. But the location is also calmed down +2, so 1, 2. And then I'm going to replenish my actions. And then 5th one. Okay, and then draw my scene card. Zuh. Blood in the water. Move the Demogorgon to your location, then each character in your location gains 1 fear. Search party. Choose 1 patrol and move it 2 locations towards you, then each location discards 1 action card for each patrol in their location.
You're basically in the same predicament I was like a turn ago, basically. Okay, so I'm going to move to Castle Byers. I'm going to use the 3, and I'm going to calm down. 3, 1, 2, 3, and a 4th one because it automatically calms us down by 1. I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're performing the calm down action. Okay.
I'm going to replenish my action deck.
And draw your scene cards.
Demogorgon feats. Create a stack of 2 in an empty Demogorgon slot. And if all 8 slots are filled, each character gains 1 fear instead. They're everywhere. Move the closest patrol 2 locations towards you, then discard the top 3 cards of the action deck if they're in your location. If they're not in your location, if they are in your location and there's not enough cards in the action deck to do that, then just reshuffle the deck.
Yep. Okay. Shoot. I'm going to go ahead and fight the Demogorgon and challenge one of these 2 stacks. I'm going to go ahead and discard total of 5. I will challenge this stack. Okay. So it's a failed. I gain a fear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I did a 5, so I only defeat the 2. I replenish my actions. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, look at all those scene cards I can draw. And my scene cards. Move each of the patrol towards you, then each character discards 1 action card for each patrol in the location. Federal Patrol. Move each 1 patrol. 2.
There's only 1 patrol now.
It still moves to location. For each patrol in the location, I lose an action card.
Then why'd you remove 2 action cards?
Because they were both the same scene.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm going to move over here, and I'm going to challenge this stack. So I'm going to do a 5. So
why don't you just challenge the stack of 1?
Right. Good. Change of plans. I go to challenge the stack of 1. We use 1 of my cards. I defeat the stack. And now...
Replenish your actions.
Yep. Replenish my actions. 2. Now for my 2 scene cards. Toxic. Well, this doesn't matter because we're not on the upside down. But if we were to must remove 1 of our items or gain 2 fear.
Good deal.
Search party. Choose 1 patrol to move 2 locations towards you, then each character discards 1 action for each patrol in their location. Even better. So, your turn.
Okay. I'm not going to move. I'm going to challenge the Demogorgon stack with this guy and get rid of this one. So now, when I defeat the Demogorgon,
you can move it to any location you want to.
To an adjacent location.
Oh, adjacent.
Move to the buyer's house. I'll replenish my actions.
Which, funnily enough, is where it originally shows up in the series.
And then I will do my scene cards. While in the water, move the Demogorgon to your location, then each character in your location gains a fear. Demogorgon strikes. Move the Demogorgon to your location, then each
One fear.
Okay. Move the Demogorgon to your location, then one character in your location gains one fear. If you're in the upside down, the character gains fear equal to the number of Demogorgon stacks instead.
Okay. For my turn, I'm going to move up here. Okay, I'm going to challenge this stack, and if I'm not mistaken, it's 6. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm going to use all of my action cards.
Discard this one.
Yep. And now I'm going to...
That was 2 scene cards, 2 additional scene cards you have to draw?
Yeah.
But -1 because you got cleared a stack?
Well, wait, let me see. No, there wasn't a scene card for that one.
Just one.
Just
So
two scene cards.
Just 2 scene cards. Okay.
Yeah. Here we go. 1, 2. Papa, discard 111 power. So we're going to discard Psionic Shield. And then Toxic. Each character in the Upside Down must remove one of their items from the game or gain 2 fear. So luck was on our side for that.
Again.
Yeah. Luckily, we're not in the Upside Down.
Okay. Replenish your actions.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 2s.
Okay. I'm going to calm down. I'm going to go ahead and use these. It's a total of 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Replenish my actions. And then draw 2 scenes. Search bar. Choose 1 patrol to move 2 locations towards you. Then each character discards an action for each patrol in their location. End of the day. Reshuffle the scenes deck and move the Demogorgon to any location in the Upside Down. Don't draw any more scenes this turn.
It'll be very useful.
That would have been really useful as the first one. Now we shuffle the action deck and advance 11. So now we're on the last act.
So I'm going to move to the Upside Down and challenge that stack.
Good plan.
So my turn now?
It is your turn.
So I'm going to discard this one. I'm going to move 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to challenge the stack, and I have 2, 4, 6. See? I automatically beat these 2, so I gain a fear, and that is my turn for now.
We ignore that one.
Yep.
Replenish your actions.
Okay. And now my scene cards.
Draw your 3 scene cards. It is still recording, so we're good.
I'm going to proceed as usual. Demogorgon feeds. Create a stack of 2 in an empty Demogorgon slot. If all 8 slots are filled, each character gains 1 fear instead. Clear the walls. Each character in a location without another character gains 2 fear. Demogorgon strikes. And we lose. Move the Demogorgon to your location. Then any one character in your location gains 1 fear. If you're in the Upside Down, the character gains fear equal to the number of Demogorgon stacks instead. There's 6 stacks and have 4 fear. So we lose the game.
Well, that's disappointing. Otherwise, my next turn, I would have been able to move down and challenge and defeat the stack of 5 to rescue Will, and we would have won the game. This is a pretty good representation of how a game goes. I believe this is our 3rd or 4th game. And
It's 4th.
4th, and we are at 50%. We've beaten it twice, and we've lost twice. This is probably the furthest we've gotten on the act track before we actually lose the game. This goes to show the importance of drawing too many scene cards too quickly, going through the action deck too rapidly as well. Again, this is for 2 to 4 players, ages 12 and up. It is approximately a 1 hour game, which I think we're sitting at about 1 hour on the nose, including setup. So, thanks for tuning into this episode of Getting Tabled. Again, am George the Yank. This is Sam.
Yep.
Till next time, play more games.
Thank you very much for checking out this video. If you're enjoying the content of this channel, please like and subscribe. If you're in a position to do so, please check out patreon.com/gettingtabled. You receive early access to at least 80% of all videos that we put out, and you get access to the video edition of all of our podcasts the day that they're uploaded. If you'd like to check us out on social media, facebook.com/gettingtabled is the most active. We also have a Discord server. You can email our team at gettingtabled@gmail.com. If you're on either Twitter or Instagram, you can find us at Getting Tabled. And until next time, play more games.